Good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you're watching from. And we're sorry for the late start. We had some technical issues with the stream, but we are underway on this spoiler tournament match. I am Sokol2044, joined with my co-com Ark. How are you tonight, Ark?
Great. We get to see some action while unfortunately we were fixing some delays, but it's been a busy early game for our runners.
Yeah, so as you can see, the tracker is mostly up to date, but yes, so they both have Titans mitts now, and they have Dark World access already 7 minutes into this.
Yes, and while we didn't get to see it, Hyrule Cave was full of stuff today. There was a glove in there, the hook shot that we see as well, and then we also got a lot of stuff out of the village with Fire Rod, a bottle, and magic powder. So both are set for a very quick early game.
Yeah. Tuna's probably making his way to the Dark World now with those Titans mitts and the Moon Pearl.
And since this is a spoiler log tournament, you'll notice that we already have the crystals and pendants marked on the tracker, thanks to Dark Diplomat, who's been helping us out both get the stream working and trying to track at the same time. So double duty today. But since the runners won't be checking their map as they already know everything, we filled that in for you, and it looks like Skull Woods, which is a pendant, is going to be getting an early dive right away.
Yeah, and in case you're new to the spoiler log tournament, these racers had 15 minutes before the actual start of the race to study the entire spoiler log. So they have routed out most of their game, so they know where all those major items are. So don't be surprised if you see them skip chests that you would normally see in a normal randomizer scene.
And as we were talking at the beginning, as MrScruffNinjaTuna takes a death there in Skull Woods, they kind of diverged right away. MrScruffNinjaTuna went to Sanctuary, and Tabbycat started in Link's house and went to South Kakariko Village. So a little bit divergent in the early game, but then here they are both back at Skull Woods now. The early Fire Rod, a great way to at least get to the back if that's where they need to go for whatever they're looking for.
We're going to see ScruffNinjaTuna do this bong jump here. Almost got trolled by that Moldworm and gets his flute. So he's going to be zooming around the map here.
And another feature of spoiler log tournaments is we tend to run these with very low hearts and sometimes very low armor, which makes running through the Dark World very treacherous, especially this early on with only 4 hearts, so we've seen a couple deaths. The spoiler log is really a challenge in how tight can you make it? How execution can you be doing, say, a Mothula fight with 4 hearts, green, male, and only a fighter sword? I know that's difficult for me.
Yeah, it's very difficult for myself as well. So I definitely would be, if I was playing, routing some safeties and into that route. And Tuna's grabbing the bow there in C shape.
And backs that up with the Quake Medallion, which is needed to get into Turtle Rock today. So one of our 2 needed medallions along with Ether to get the 2 long dungeons. Both happen to be crystals today, so those will be needed in the 7/7 seed that we have for us. Need 7 crystals to get into Ganon's Tower, and we'll have to clear Ganon's Tower to defeat Ganon in this second week of the spoiler log. Both our runners have played 1 week already, last week, and this is week 2 of the Swiss round. So as we go through the tournament, each week runners will be paired with other runners of the similar record as we push down the 7-week path to go through this tournament.
And Tuna is making his way through Thieves Town at the moment. And he's doing it without the hammer, so I'm assuming the hammer is not needed.
Conveniently enough, the hammer's only needed for the big key chest here, so apparently something not of value.
It's pretty interesting to see that both of our runners are handling a pretty similar route at the moment.
That hellway giving some issues, but having magic powder is a great way to get through that hellway relatively unscathed with a little help.
Yeah, it's nice to get that little fairy at the end. As Tuna is about to get that wonderful, do the bombable Atacalite so we can fight blind in the end here.
And early on in Kakariko Village, both runners did pick up around 300 rupees, so we're not sure yet if the fish will need to be a play or not, because both of them picked up 300 inside of the well in Kakariko Village, so we'll see if we need to visit Zora or not.
Yeah, I'm sure Tabby's going to pick up that heart as well up here for a little extra safety since it's right here.
Yeah, nice easy heart right along the path you're already walking is a great thing to.
And Tuna collecting his maiden. I know I would be personally horrible at spoiler seeds because I have horrible muscle memory and I'll want to open every single chest.
Another thing with spoilers, maybe not so much in Thieves Town, but finding those required small keys that you need can be difficult in other dungeons to make sure you think of. 15 minutes is not a lot of time to route in all the required items and then think about your safeties and of course those small keys which can kind of get added at the end. That's a very nice kill for MrScruffNinjaTuna. The pattern kind of broke towards the end, but he stayed with it, and that 6 hearts was just enough to get the first crystal.
Yeah, 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Has a slight lead, but that can always change with some execution.
And it looks like we had a little freeze from Tabbycat, so we're working to get that fixed as soon as possible to see what's going on. I'm sure right about now they're fighting blind.
Yeah, it is Tabbycat, so the cat's probably taking a nap. That's my thought. But not really. He's probably taking on a blind and probably taking him down. And there was nothing of significance in Thieves Town other than that crystal.
Yep, easy, efficient route for both runners to just get in and get a quick crystal with the early fire rod. And
Tuna's waking up the duck.
yeah, the nice thing for this seed has been that everything that you need in Kakariko Village, the bottle, and the ocarina have been pretty close by, so you can kind of check everything off the list early on from Kakariko.
And Tuna's making his way up the mountain. With that hook shot, going to take on East Death Mountain. So what wonders does Paradox Cave have in store for us today?
Especially with Tower of Hera being a pendant dungeon today. The required ether medallion.
Well, we do need to get into Misery Mire since that is a crystal. I'm guessing that was it in Paradox Cave, since we're mirroring, or we're not mirroring, we're going into the Dark World and heading into Super Bunny Cave.
And we are being told that Tabbycat's stream went down, so hopefully we'll be able to get that back up and show you both sides of this race as soon as we can.
Well, that will be needed, especially since Swamp is a crystal.
Looks like Hookshot Cave will be the next item up for bid.
Chat is saying they think Tabby's internet went down, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that was having internet problems tonight. Oh, and there's the cane.
Another required item, so it's been an efficient run up the mountain. Some stuff up there that was definitely needed to complete this. Ether, flippers, as well as the Samaria cane. Looks like we're heading towards the, what? Graveyard Ledge? Is that where
No, we don't have the mirror. So I don't know where we're going.
Yeah, catfish. We have the flippers now.
Yeah, catfish, I guess, would be the play at the moment.
Nope, we're going to pot.
Oh. There we go.
Or I guess the pyramid? Nope, pot.
It would be probably, unless there is, I'm sure we would know if there's something in pyramid, and I'm guessing there isn't. We're going straight to pod.
We do have a bow already.
It's true. It's Gonna be tricky without a hammer. I'm guessing there's a purpose to going here, though.
And we're excited to see Tabbycat back. Now we just have to search for a, well, we know the flute has been...
It's getting it activated right now.
Well, seeing their ruby situation, the 300 grab in Kakariko might have been just to get to pot.
Yeah, because we have to pay that nasty monkey 110 rupees.
So here's the real question. What is in pod that is so important? I know some of the chat is going, yep, so there's your answer.
Are we really that shocked that hammer is in here?
Another one of those, if it wasn't a spoiler log, how long would it take you to find that?
I would have done everything else except this before coming in here. And I'll be fully transparent with chat. We are supplied the spoiler log, so we know where things are, but I have hardly looked at it. So,
Oh, looks like we had a brief dip into Ice Palace.
well, that's interesting. And looking.
And we'll have to see when Tabbycat menus, see if we can get an update on the item.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Well, they might be following to pod at this.
This is very true. Might be a play into. Probably not. Never mind. Ignore what I was just gonna say. Skullwoods is pendant. We're not going back there.
Yep, they've both been into Skull Woods already.
Oh, are we seeing a Smith chain from Tabbycat? Start of a Smith chain? No? Maybe just taking this way to pod, I guess. And MrScruffNinjaTuna giving us a good look at this dark room here. Professional. Makes it look easy. Especially with these terrapin.
That is a scary room without a light source. Yeah, there we go. Looks like we have all the information correct on the inventory for Tabbycat. Trying to do a splash delete right there and wasn't quite able to. And just to kind of catch everyone up here, as MrScruffNinjaTuna takes down Helmasaur. When we started, Hyrule Castle was loaded with a sword, a Moon Pearl, hookshot, and a glove. So the early seats started out well for them, right in Hyrule. And a fire rod was easily available in Hyrule, or in Kakariko Village.
Yeah, that other glove was in Mini Mildorm Cave. So easy Dark World access, and of course, Bombos is on Spectral Rock. And going back to the thought, and of course, Hammer was in pot. Because who randomizes these seeds?
Well, you gotta have required bow in Eastern or hammer and pod, something.
So, Tabbycat's looking like they're going to go over and grab their cane. But it's nice to know where Bombos is now. Though we don't need it, so never mind. Just ignore what I said.
And the other big item, Ether is up here as well.
Yeah.
And I believe the Clippers are also.
Tuna's heading into Ice Palace, so we'll see maybe why Tabbycat was coming in here. It is a green pendant, so that could be the reason.
Your favorite uncle, and not uncle. Your favorite sage and mine, Sahasrara, could have some. It's been very interesting seeing the routings in Ice Palace these days with Icebreaker. Kind of miss that bomb jump. You never get to see it anymore.
Yeah, but the new tech is better.
It's pretty cool. It's nice to have a good, efficient way through Ice Palace.
Yeah, and to answer chat, both the streams have unusable audio, so that's why you're not hearing anything. Or it might be background music that's being piped in.
Looks like there's nothing in those two chests. Are we just running straight to Cold Stare at this point?
Looks like it.
So Samaria was picked up by Tabbycat right there.
Tuna's about to drop into his wonderful Cold Stare fight.
Green Mail Fighter Sword half magic. Probably the best part about this fight. Oh dear. Those blocks are hurting her.
We got two of the puffs down.
Staying at the top of the screen so the ice blocks don't hit. Green goo gonna help.
Yep, gotta take that magic refill. And down he goes.
That's a really smart play there. Rerunning through Ice Palace even with Icebreaker is not something you want to be doing, so playing it safe, using the green potion and getting the kill.
Yeah, especially with 6 hearts, Green Mail, and Fighter Sword.
Yeah, a lot of that fight was one hug away from going down, so it was a strong fight.
So as we noticed, Cold Stare only had 20 rupees, so it must be a green pendant.
Hammer and pod and forced to go get the green pendant.
What do we think the Sage has? Maybe vanilla boots? Oh, whatever it is, it's important. So, because we're going to get it right now. Yeah, boots would be nice and go a little faster.
Someone was talking about the mirror as a possibility in Ice Palace. We'll see. Guess it's the mirror.
Yes, it is the mirror. Picking up some more rupees. And some safety.
Been nice to have that before the fight. Well, I guess Zora's back in play with that 300 rupees.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're looking for some potions. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Potion. After using that green goo in the cold stair fight with only 6 hearts, it's probably advisable to have something.
It's already coming very.
And Tuna is going into the dark world from Kakariko. So maybe a graveyard ledge play. Ooh,
And there's some music for everybody.
there's some audio. It's magic. We try to please our viewers.
Well, you know, we talked about this earlier without the mirror, so maybe now with the mirror, we are going to great.
To answer chat, I don't know if Tabby made any time losses earlier because the stream went down. Oh, and there are the boots. The boots going fast now. So can't quite analyze what was going on.
We know Tabbycat was in Nice Palace briefly. I don't know if they got the cold stair kill or not. Just one crystal, so I don't think so.
And that might have been the intention there, but maybe with 6 hearts, there was a decision to leave.
And we're at least on NinjaTuna's side, 3 dungeons full cleared, plus we've dipped Skull Woods, and we still haven't seen anything other than Fighter Sword.
Tabby didn't have the hammer on their first go into ice, so yeah, that would make sense. Can't get to cold stair without that hammer.
And as we see MrScruffNinjaTuna pick up the compass there, one of the other challenges that is a very easy thing to mistake in the spoiler log is the compass chest versus the map chest. If you haven't done a lot of playing just the game in regular and picking up all those maps and compasses, it's very easy to confuse which chest is which and accidentally open up some ones that you didn't mean to.
Yeah, I can't tell you any of the dungeons map and compass chests because to me they're both useless, so
apparently the lantern also not in a nice spot because everyone's doing dark rooms today.
yeah, but the lantern's more of a suggestion these days.
Oh, the juke from Helmasaur there.
After that shield comes off, he gets a little rough. He can do more than one thing at once then.
That was a rough move from Helmasaur there to move and slash out the tail. Just unlucky.
So not to I can't think of the words right now. Not that I forgot. I think Tuna is only an ice rod away from go mode at the moment. And a sword. Don't forget the sword.
Hopefully a couple swords. Or at least silver arrows. Having done Master Sword, no silver cannon fight, I don't enjoy that one.
Yeah, nobody does.
Another good kill from MrScruffNinjaTuna. I'm gonna call him Ninja Turtle at some point. To bring the crystal count one more in his favor up to.
Yes. I wonder where his next play is. Is it Desert Mire or... Oh. We are going for maybe some flippers checks. Maybe upgrade.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
Quick way to refill that arrow count. That was a nice play by Tabbycat there, using ether to clear out the turtles relatively efficient.
And it looks like Tuna is headed to Swamp. I could be wrong. It looks like that.
Both our runners today have been really good in going through the dark rooms without light. It's been fun to watch. There's a nice bit of RNG to clean up Helmasaur King.
So, what wonders does Swamp have for us? I mean, maybe the Ice Rod, since that's pretty much what Tuna needs. Maybe a sword?
Hey, maybe
Or
Ice
maybe
Rod
just a
is
clip.
stuck under Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, yes. That would be interesting. Yeah, so Rashala had the mirror to answer chat.
So yes, the green pendant was required once again.
That looks like Tabbycat's next play. With hammer in hand. So, where in Swamp are we going? Are we going straight back? Looks like
The efficient clear.
It's a nice diver down got there. Tuna's picking up another compass.
Those map and compass chests.
People like compasses. I like compasses. Except that they're useless, but I like them.
I have to say I enjoy the sprite that MrScruffNinjaTuna is using today.
The
The
Goomba.
underwater sprite is hilarious.
Is it a Goomba?
I think so. Using a snorkel when they're swimming.
Yeah, that's pretty creative. And we have some wonderful fighter sword strats here on Argus.
Is it more fun to do this with the fighter sword or do it as a menu boss with the hammer?
I don't know which would be faster. And there would be a lot of pause buffering, so yeah, fighter sword probably is faster. But MrScruffNinjaTuna taken down his 4th crystal.
A lot of really strong boss execution in this matchup.
So maybe a Desert Mire playing out?
Looks like you hit this one on the head.
I mean, they're both crystals, so... And Desert's the 5/6, so who knows if their Pyramid Fairy has anything.
Looks like Tabbycat choosing the same strategy of pulling out the green goo to finish out the gold star.
And takes him down.
Both of our runners were down to 1 heart on the end of the cold stair kill. So is anything in desert today? Well, there's another compass.
I feel like he's doing it for me now, because I like compasses. Yeah, in case you aren't familiar with, spoiler, I'm sure most of you are, the runners may be watching the stream because they're allowed to. So, yeah. And a vanilla big key in desert.
If you ever want to give a shout out to Sokol during a race, just go find those compasses.
Oh, and there's a
our
sword.
second sword. And a mirror pickup and a boots. Armor pickup, sorry. For Tabbycat.
We're at the 45-minute-ish mark, so I just want to shout out these runners. Make sure to give them a follow. Links are in chat, as well as my co-com Arc and our tracker, Dark Diplomat. Follow them as well.
So like you said, we've crossed everything off the go mode list except for the ice rock.
Yeah, now with the sword, we're in business. So we have found ourselves in a spoiler seed ice rod hunt.
Trolley third style film making an appearance today.
Yeah, it could always be. Let's see. Yeah, it could be in Turtle Rock.
Well, we know it's not in Skull Woods because we've been there. Or I suppose it could be in the... No.
Could be a Mimic Cave.
It'd be too easy if it was in Mire.
Yeah, too easy. But we'll find out because we are headed in. Yeah, I'm not Dr. Bob Pasek, so I have no rights to his songs.
This seed was pretty straightforward from the start. Both of our runners quickly made it to Kakariko Village. Picked up a lot of items, went to Skull Woods. Then at that point we had a connection issue and weren't sure what happened to Tabbycat for about 10 minutes there. But kind of the divergence and the lead that MrScruffNinjaTuna has built happened during that time frame.
The boots?
The boots were on Graveyard Ledge, which was locked behind the mirror, which was Hashra's green pendant, which was locked behind a ice palace. And the other fun bit for this seed was the hammer was inside Pop. I hope this is a compass.
My heart is broken.
Very strong. Last arrow kill for Tabbycat there to get the Eastern Palace Crystal. It's pretty good execution for both runners on Armos Knights.
Yep, that's their third crystal. They're making a play to Desert Mire. Maybe. I think Tabby's gonna go get their boots.
And I think the small key is boost locked in Desert.
It is. As we see ScruffNinjaTuna taking on these dark rooms here in Mire. So this land must be somewhere nasty, even though our runners do know their dark rooms.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch both of them in dark rooms. Well, like someone in chat said, when they got the arrow upgrade, I was wondering if they'd just be firing arrows at Patriot, but looks like bombs for them.
Yeah. Now we're gonna switch to arrows. Now those smaller eyes are a little weaker. You do need 8 arrows to take down the big eyeball, which you will have enough of. So, 5, 6, 7, 8. And down he goes for that 6th crystal. Where are we going? Are we going up the mountain? We are. So that ice rod has to be somewhere up.
Alright, you get the vote. Is it in or around Turtle Rock? Or do we get to go to all 3 pendant dungeons today?
I don't want to say because I will admit I just looked where it was.
Oh.
So I don't want to be a party pooper. But where do you think it is?
I mean, the seed just seems to want you to visit every dungeon, right?
I mean, what seed wouldn't want you to visit every dungeon?
There's something required in every dungeon today. Of course there is.
Chat's calling for it to be in big chest with the vanilla big key. But we're seeing an icebreaker, so that might not be it. Not an icebreaker, oh my god, a Harapot.
They all came around at the same time.
You know.
Oh, we have to go downstairs? Wow.
Oh boy. Well, that's fun. Yeah, I like Harabreaker. Let's start calling it that.
Harabreaker. I like it.
Because that's exactly what it does to this dungeon.
Well, if I'm ever on commentary with you again, we're gonna call it the Harabreaker.
The Harabreaker. And Tuna's taking a coffee break. He's about halfway through. More than halfway. 2/3 of the way through.
I'm sure he's here for the lantern.
I mean, I don't think he's here for the lantern because the Turtle Rock dark room is not hard. There it is. So at 56 minutes and 18 seconds, Tuna is in go mode.
He definitely didn't want you to finish it in under an hour.
And Tabbycat's grabbing their capacity upgrade. Probably on their way for a Viddy fight.
And I think we can go ahead and say this because at this point I don't think either runner's going to head to it. The second bow is in purple chest today, so that is why you won't be seeing silver arrows.
Yeah. Probably a silverless cannon fight.
Yeah, as some people are discussing in chat, spoiler log race, as they're saying, our runners got 15 minutes right before the race started to look at a text file that has names of all locations and what item is in them. And using no automation, just regular search functions, you got to look through the log and find a route that can get you through as quickly as possible, getting all the needed items and safeties if you need it. I think both the runners have the blue armor, as we see Tempered Sword from MrScruffNinjaTuna. Routing and safeties to help you along the way. This seed looked pretty straightforward. Both of our runners looks like had basically the same route lined up the whole time. But it's a very fast 15 minutes. Very, very fast.
Yeah, if you ever run a spoiler race, you're like, the 15 minutes is up already. It's always fun then trying to route some more while you're playing. That's always.
I think we've seen that on a lot of races so far. You come up on something that you didn't quite think you needed to grab, and you gotta figure out how to route that in on the fly. It's a very challenging event, and it really tests your execution. Like dark rooms, not having to go grab the lamp. It's a big challenge for our runners, and they're doing an amazing job so far.
It's always a question on where those rupees are you want to route in and what safeties and hearts.
And the other gotcha that can always get you is those small keys, especially in Turtle Rock.
Yes. Speaking of small keys, we're gonna get one here out of the pokey. Yeah. If you're used to Randomizer and not used to seeing a spoiler seed, spoiler seed is definitely heavy execution based. Since you know where everything is. Tabbycat unfortunately taking death there in the dark room. Braver than I am because I have never attempted that.
But the other thing with the seeds in the spoiler race is you can get 2 items you probably wouldn't find if you're doing a blind randomizer, like hammer and pot. Why would you go to pot without the hammer?
Yeah, that would be the last place I'd look for it. And that's why I would finish with a time of 2 hours if I was doing the seed blind. Because that was the last location of the hammer. Oh, and Tuna is sending a message in chat. which he can do. So.
Yes, I think I would have had a lot of issues with the seeds because I would have needed the lamp for some of these things, and it's not in a nice location.
Tuna's like, I don't need lamp, not today. Yeah, I could never do this dark room. So I give props to Tabbycat for even trying.
Absolutely. So if my count is accurate, it looks like we have the 7 of crystals required to go to the tower.
That's right, and unlike a normal randomizer seed, they know where the big key is. So unfortunately, there will be no game. But you can guess
what chest number the compass is.
Or you could just guess where the key is, where you think the key is. Do you have a guess there, Ark?
See, I love guessing vanilla, and I actually didn't look where the big key was, so I
did not
know.
either, so I can play this game.
I'm going vanilla. I love to see it in vanilla.
I'm gonna say the spinning fireball chest. The firebar chest, yeah.
Which I think that's either the map or the compass chest.
Yes, it's one of the two. Once again, I don't know which one that is. Map chest. Our tracker's saying that's map chest, so I'm going with map chest.
Oh, is it this easy? Oh.
Oh, that's a womp womp. There must be something else good in here. Oh, the key and another key.
That room has everything you need.
You can't ask for anything better than that.
I guess red mail instead of the heart, but wow.
Tabbycat got that Samaria block on. And I think at this point, since we pretty much know Tabbycat is not going to go for the lamp, do you want to tell everyone where it is?
Oh, I guess. It would be in the big key chest in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, so the seed wanted you to logically dip Turtle Rock before going into any dark. Let me rephrase that. Any dark room that cannot be also accessed with fire.
Yeah, not a nice place. And that nasty Misery Mire dark room continues. So, MrScruffNinjaTuna, knowing, having watched the stream with us, took the opportunity to grab the safety room to refill before heading up through the gauntlet.
Yeah, that's never a bad idea with 9 hearts and blue mail. The temper sword is nice at this point. Tabbycat's just gonna go do swamp at this point. I would also want to take myself out of that situation.
Two-cycle Lamo kill with the fire rod. This is just one of my favorite rooms in the gauntlet. Just seeing those Wizzbobs melt away.
It's always then this is the best room right here. And oh, it's so good. So satisfying.
Absolutely.
As we make it to the 6th floor lamp room. With those keys, we're just going to walk right through those mini helmets and bomb the wall. We are not. Oh, okay. Oh, we at least have butter silver left.
A free butter sword today. The swords, while they were late in the seed, were all pretty easy to access.
Is there anything in validation chests? Just a piece of heart. I'm sorry it wasn't a piece of heart.
It definitely would have been much better if that was the compass. I agree.
Oh, the compass was very accessible in Ganon's tower.
Now the fight with Geometry Man.
Yes, Geometry Aghanim. As a math person, I always enjoy this fight.
I think it was a 2 and
nice
a
line
1.
up here.
Yep.
And I think it was, so 2-1-2. And down he goes. As we are about to get our big pig fight.
Dueling bosses.
Tuna's taking the death just to refill his health here. So completely intentional. Uh-oh. What is happening? I think... Is he going to get the silvers?
It does look that way.
Oh boy.
Whew.
Or even better, is he taking? Can he take him into the Ganon fight
Oh,
with him?
he's gonna take the yep. I mean, the blacksmith has always wanted to experience a Ganon fight.
That's right. That's why he's a blacksmith.
I know there was talk of doing this in our Discord earlier.
I missed that chat.
Tabbycat, after finishing up Swamp Palace, heading to Mire.
Does he go into the Triforce room with you, or does he just disappear then? Because that would be pretty funny.
Ooh, took a unwanted hit there.
I'll just call it intentional. It was an intentional hit.
This is an intentional foul on Ganon.
Phase 3, Ganon's moving quick. There's no extra teleports yet.
At least the seed rolled nice in the teleporting count.
Unlocks the level 5 sword, yes. The platinum sword. Oh no!
Nice job by Tabbycat getting the lock onto the button there.
I'm gonna blame that fall on the smith there. It was the smith's fault who got in the way.
I mean, it always is.
Tuna back into phase 3 here. Having some teleports this time. Ganon can't be nice every time.
Well, these fairies are being rude.
Misses the torch glitch here. But should be okay. So
Awesome
8
work by
stints.
Tabbycat there to get through.
You have to admire the tenacity there to keep on getting through there.
Did you have a count on Ganon?
I think it's 6. I could be wrong. That's 7. Nope, I was wrong.
Out of Ganon.
Tuna's out of magic and doesn't have a potion. Tabbycat is in their vitreous fights.
Same strategy, using bombs and arrows to finish off the eye.
Might be using sword slashes for the rest of this phase. So you can keep the 8 arrows to take down the eye. Big eye.
Misery Meyer down. Ganon getting his vengeance out.
Yeah. At least we have 6 hearts now. Companion will not betray you, but that cannot speak. I mean, we know what they're talking about there, but it could be the frog in this case.
So Tabbycat making the climb off Death Mountain. 1 crystal to go, but still needs the ice rod. The NPCs are being jerks today.
Yeah, he's never a nice one to talk to. Nice Bombos grab there. So we come in for our ice rod.
Inconvenient spot for that ice rod.
I just like how the Smith just like stares at me. And there's the cape and the big chest of hair. We did not see Tuna grab that.
Can be very helpful in the Ganon fight if you want to avoid some battle.
Yeah, Ice Rod is in Hera. To answer chat.
In the worst spot it could be, down in the basement.
More Tabby
The
Cat
seed
is on
wanted
there.
to make
Coffee break.
The seed wanted us to go to clear Pendant Ice Palace to get the mirror. We had to visit Skull Woods. I actually don't remember what was in there.
Skullwoods had the yeah, it had
The flute. The flute was in.
The flute. Yes, it had that.
Then we had to come to Hera to get the ice rod.
But I haven't been counting the spin slashes here. I haven't been doing my job. I apologize.
Ice rod. And there's the cut.
Get your GGs in for MrScruffNinjaTuna, who is finishing with Drum roll, please. An official SRL time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 20 seconds. And that's with the study time, so if you take the 15 minutes off, it's 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 20 seconds. And we are joined by MrScruffNinjaTuna. GG.
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 So when did you guys figure out that I was purposely going to collect compasses?
When you got the second one?
Good, because the first one was 100% unintentional. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's get all of them.
Well, then I said, I didn't know if you heard me. I was trying to, like, I like compasses.
Yeah, it tells you where you're going. It's nice.
And I was sad you didn't get the Ganon Tower one.
It was technically out of the way. I had to go right for the compass, but the key was on the left.
It was in Hope Chest. It was in Right Hope Chest.
Yeah, but that would have required like 5 seconds to get. I was really hoping it was validation chest. Or sorry, multiform chest.
Well, all of my seeds, it ends up being there, but not in this one, unfortunately. And we are getting the forfeit from Tabbycat, so we are now joined by Tabbycat with GG's.
GG.
GG.
That lamp was evil.
Yeah, the lamp was not what killed me. I can tell you that for sure. What I routed my entire thing thinking I had hammer after Thieves Town. And then when I realized I didn't have hammer after Thieves Town, I still tried to. I was like, oh well, no big deal. I could do the thing. And it's like, wait, I don't have hammer. I can't get mirror. Okay, wait, hold on. And oh wait, so wait, no, I'm gonna go up the mountain and I'm gonna get flippers and do all that. We'll just do that like I planned. We're gonna get the ice rod and we're gonna get cape. And it's gonna go great, especially for the freaking Meyer dark room. It's gonna be great. And it's like, wait, I don't have hammer. I don't have mirror. I routed everything in my freaking thing having mirror and hammer.
I did the same thing at first, and it was about the time that I got the flute that I realized, no, I gotta go get that hammer first. I can't fake flipper over to Ice Palace and complete it. Gotta go get the flippers, flute on over, and get the hammer first.
As funny as I had routed the whole thing, I was done routing it around like the 11-minute mark. I was already done routing it, and I didn't catch hammer was like right smack dab in the middle of everything. I knew hammer was in pod, and it just did not dawn on me that hammer was like the linchpin of everything. And then I died on blind like 4 times during the time you guys couldn't see it.
Oh,
so,
dude, I almost died on blind. Oh boy.
But yeah, it was. I probably would have done better if I had just remembered that one thing. And then with blind being like that, then it was like that's where it started. And then I brought my stream up because my streams were going down places. I was like, what's going on? Why am I not able to see what I usually watch? You know, the restream or anything. And I'm like, oh crap, is my internet down? And then it just went all spiral downhill from there. And I was like, nah, I'm just gonna going for the lulz and until he finishes with the smith, and I'm done.
Yeah, having the smith with me threw me through a loop. That was such a terrible Ganon. Oh my god.
So I'm guessing that was for the memes.
Yeah, before the race started, before we even got that spoiler, Tabby was like, hey, you want to take the smith with us to Ganon? I said, sure, as long as there's nothing decent on him. And then Silver Sword and Purple Chest and said, well, you're sacrificing Silvers, aren't you?
I was like, I don't really care if we do silvers or not, because quite frankly, like this was my worst spoiler seed I have done since I generated my first spoiler seed. So not like as in routing wise, I mean my personal playing. So I was like, when I saw where the silvers were there, I was like, I'm gonna have gold sword. I don't care. And I was like, we can do this for the memes. And then it's like, that didn't happen for me, but it happened for him. So it was funny.
Oh man, the sword placement was so mean.
Yeah, I didn't envy that. I didn't envy not running this race, so yeah.
Yeah. But,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
got-
it wasn't terrible, at least.
You got early Dark World access, but a lot of other stuff was not in great spot.
I think that, like, when I grabbed the half magic and fire rod, it was like, okay, there's my, like, I grabbed all that just so I wouldn't have to worry about, like, actual weaponry until I found the sword. So,
Smart play.
Oh, apparently they caught on pretty quick, but I mixed up the compass and map chest again in Thieves Town, and so I ended up getting the one out of Thieves Town. I was like, you know what? Let's get all the compasses. As long as it's on the way, let's get them.
yeah.
So I did. Except for GT.
Yeah, I'm still sour about that.
But, yeah, I'm gonna get some more practice in and do some more stuff on that, hopefully, to make sure I don't have another incident like what happened on Blind, and that just, like, tilted the whole thing, and I was like, nope. There's still a chance if he dies on Cold Stare, like, I saw you almost die, and I was like, if he dies on Cold Stare, there's still a chance. And it's like, no, he didn't
Almost.
die. And then it's like, okay, well, there's still a chance if this happens. And then it's like, and I died on Helmasaur, and I died in that stupid dark mire, which I have practiced 100 times and can get it probably like 70 to 80% of the time. I can nail that thing without taking a freaking hit. And I'm like sitting here going, okay, you know what? He's got this race. I'm just going to keep going, whatever.
Yeah, that's like me, an icebreaker. Like, I can do it in practice, but then when I'm doing it, it takes me forever.
That is like the highest collection rate I've ever seen on a spoiler. You guys will see it soon. Oh, I do gotta ask though, was the routing pretty much up to the Village of Outcasts pretty much the same?
Yeah. I watched you the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah.
You started in different locations, but other than that, you were basically the same.
I loved that Blind's Hut was legit filled with money. So much money.
Yeah, I just hit that for the 350 and I was gone.
I didn't read the spoiler beforehand. I glanced it, but I was like, does Zora have something? Because you were getting all this money. It's like, no.
Yeah, I just like having spare money in case I need to buy potions, in case I need to get arrow refills. I cannot believe that I actually used 30 arrows on that Mire or the Vidi fight. I seriously thought I was going to need all 35.
Yeah, you did a good job with those bomb straps and then arrows. So.
It was superb. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
Other
split.
final thoughts?
I hope the next. Heck, I hope the remaining spoiler seeds are not gonna be this insane.
Nah, yeah, I think that this was it was definitely a fun little test of a lot of things. I wish Hammer was where it was, because you probably would have laughed, because I actually would have had the lamp going into Mire. That was the whole thing, was I was going to have the lamp going into Mire.
Gotcha.
And then it all exploded. But yeah, COD Hammer sucks. That's my final thoughts.
Well, once again, please give our runners, Tabbycat54 and MrScruffNinjaTuna, a follow, as well as our tracker, Dark Diplomat, and my CoCom Arc. And if you want to give me a follow as well, so for 2044. Any final thoughts?
Oh, actually, I have to pop in real quick and say,
Oh.
Apparently Cynic paid out. I have no idea what that
3
means.
months of Discord Nitro, dude. For doing
So that's
Wow.
that.
sweet.
Look what you did.
Wow.
So did he lose a bet or something?
No. Dude, did you not read anything? I'll get on to him later, don't
read.
worry.
You know I'm illiterate.
This is what happens when I I have internet issues before the race starts, and I'm late to the game and SRLs.
But Jesus again, thanks for restreaming and doing all the tracking and whatnot.
Yeah. GG's, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you
Jeez.
both.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
No, I think it was a great race, and we got to see. That's the first time I've seen the Smith Ganon fight, so that's a great meme to see go.
Yeah, I hope I get to see that again sometime. But if you are aching for some more spoiler tournament, we do have another match coming up at 11:15 p.m. Eastern against James FNX and Keong right here on SpeedGaming 4. So yeah, won't want to miss that. So having said that, I have no other final thoughts, so we're going to wrap her up, and I'm going to say peace out to everyone.